that part. So, I just need to probably talk to the doctor, see what happens. Internet's acting a little weird, so the stream might end a little earlier. See how it looks. Looks smooth. Never know. Sometimes I don't understand why. Sometimes it's just a simple start and restop that's annoying. I'm guessing I need to go down. I can call it the Miskabuta. It just seems a little off. Evening, ma'am. What's the word around town, Mr. Cluey? There's been a lot more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on the account of the victims all being human. What if I told you the prime suspects were an elf and a troll? Still doesn't mean the killings are racially motivated. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% human. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Cluey, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and a smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, ma'am. Oh, hey-oh! Would you like some? Forgive me, Maeve, but you look like hell. Long night. She looks you over, notices the signs of your nocturnal activity. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away. No one to follow you. I can tell you've been busy and I can see by the look in your face that there is something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yep, I found some DNA evidence. I need help analyzing it. That is excellent. Holy crap. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I am certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they're awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate. The digital world. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper, the Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body is left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world, and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black IC that can fry Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked, if you aren't careful. Get dumb shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker, you can die. Kind of trying to keep an eye. It looks a little rough. Well, current Streamlabs is not running that great, but... Morning, you look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action, too. Suppose I could use a shower. You here to buy equipment? Negative. Need a DNA analysis. I can help you out. Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that, he considers for a minute. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage charge instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. She writes, I just read a journal about it, so the information is still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity? Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is a gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Give Fry the blood sample. Nova, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Whose blood is it? Could be the Emerald City Ripper. No, Drek? Turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy, you got work to do. And Nova, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Nova. What does he have? I'll take a look. Going in there, I probably don't need that. I probably. I must only get those out when I go into the matrix. We'll find out. Van Grass. I was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you for, say, 20%. At least $2 grand for you. Deal. Pleasure doing business. That's all that's here. Let me. Johnny Clean, Decker Extraordinaire. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. That's great, Professor. What's the plan? We get to the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack in the Matrix. I can get into the private grid easily, but I've got to warn you. Once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? Decking 2. I know my way around the Matrix. Great. I'll come with just in case any IC decide to crash our party. The excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network until the digital world washes over you, grips you, crushes you into a singularity, and expands you infinitely. You are one with the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. We're in. It's all combat. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. DNA match located. 100%. Arrest records database. Subject Salas Forsberg. Status deceased. Chop shop surgical assistant. Breaking and entering 2 counts. Public indecency 1 count. We're in for questioning on an accusation of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man? Let's keep looking. So, Lone Star Database autopsy records. Silas Forsberg. Subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This just keeps getting weirder. Oh shit. Oh shit. Newsnet. Return on subject, Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a massive puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. And that might be something we can go on. Let's regroup and meet space for a bit. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet say he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can check into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find this doctor. You in? Give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Alright, I gotta save real quick, and I need to go step away for a couple minutes. My dad needs some help with something. Be right back. Alright. Let's get back to what I'm doing. Unique supplies. No, it's just with the humidity, the door jamb's gotten a little tight. I have to beat out a little bit. No, my dad needed my height to get something out of his shed. He couldn't reach something. He's building a gate, and he's not tall enough to reach the storage area up top. That's all me. Wait a second. God, that's so fucking annoying. There. Yeah, but there are times when I wish I was short. Not many, but there are some times. Seriously? Twice a month? Sucks. Just RPG, old school, turn-based. I've been watching. I used to play these a lot when, way back in the day, the late mid-90s, and Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Planescape. State Medical Board, searching medical records for Silas Forsberg. Pediatric record partial. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from a chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently, with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seem to have no effect, upping the dosage. But yeah, it's basically trying to figure out a guy apparently my character worked with back in the day was found dead. Mutant or Mutant Chronicles, the one with the duck man, the whatever, and the pig. or Year Zero. I can't remember what it's called. There's one with like 3 mutants walking into like an old diner and then fighting off some robots. Data is missing or corrupted. Contract your administrator for help. I don't know if I've seen that one or not. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been watching a guy play Pillars of Eternity 2, and that's one of the ones. The first one's one I've been wanting to get, and I just never did, so I'm probably going to buy that this week. The file is quite large. It takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the gameplay trailer. I just saw like the intro trailer. It looks really awesome, though. You know, when I see more about it. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to this case. I will inform him at his next session. So I'm pretty sure he killed his shrink, made it look like him by mutilating his face. The injections were not for the sedatives, but to inject his DNA and dental records. Yeah, I'll have to check it out though if they've had a gameplay trial. I didn't know it was going to be a turn-based RPG. Oh shit. Seriously, how the fuck did I miss that? That sucked. I didn't load up the fucking health pack. Load last save. Too. I know about DLC for God of War, by the way. From what I understand, he said it was a contained story, not meant to have anything. He doesn't like to do DLC in his games. There we go. that again. First of all. That's true. So you have to wonder if that's set up. That hub is still going to be in the game in the sequel, and those will unlock in later games. It's just letting you know, kind of hint of what's coming. Check current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Check previous employers. 2045 to 2054, Psychiatrist in Residence, Mercy Mental Hospital. Attending Psychiatrist, Mercy Mental Hospital. Then he was a private practice. Kind of like a tease, like that scroll that hinted at the tier going to the Greek lands, and also Egypt, either the Aztecs, the Mayans, one of those two. I wasn't sure which one that was, and then it could be Japanese, Chinese, Hindu. I'm not sure about the other one either. I like how they left it open that other gods are out there waiting for us. Yeah, that should be pretty awesome. Yeah, Red Dead 2 looks freaking awesome. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under skin like it has yours. I'm trying to think if there's any other games that I'm really excited about coming out later on this year. God of War and Red Dead are really it. Though I really like all the Tomb Raider games, so I'm looking forward to that one. And I'll have to wait and see E3. If they do a Borderlands 3, I'm all in. Of course, Walmart's supposed to leak all of E3, so... Spider-Man looks awesome too, I forgot about that one. Well, the first two Batmans, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, were great. Arkham Origins was okay. Arkham Tank was terrible. They just, when they went with the Batmobile, it was just too much Batmobile. Everything was Batmobile. You don't want to fight Deathstroke in a fucking Batmobile. You want to fight him hand to hand like you're supposed to. just not cool. We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Nova? The DNA evidence doesn't belong to the killer. I think maybe Silas faked his death. That's a distinct possibility. What was it that we saw in the autopsy report? His face was so mangled they had to use dental records to identify him. Injustice is good too. That's not really a super game. That's Mortal Kombat with superhero skins. Not as much blood. Good catch. That matches up with something I've seen run astray. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss. Swap the teeth, throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. Why would he need to go to those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to different crime? He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. Sure, it wouldn't look good on someone's record if they went to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor. Yeah, we'll see if they fix all the problems that were with that, or if they just do like Destiny 2 and make the same mistakes to try to fix it after the fact. Dr. Holmes' employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown, the same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being the killer, whoever he really is. Now, Far Cry 5 was awesome. Actually, I have the Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's a lot of fun, too. Watch Dogs 2 is actually a lot of fun. So we're supposed to see Watch Dogs 3 and I believe a Splinter Cell from what we saw. So we'll see. Which it wouldn't surprise me because they added a DLC with Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell games into the latest DLC for Ghost Recon. You should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions, like pointy with a knife. Please pay him my respects. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends to go load it for bear. I side-loaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. Alright, I'll catch you later. Yeah, but that's made by the same person who did Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. A lot of good ideas that sometimes don't work very well, so I'm hesitant to get that one right away. I'll take a look. What you got? Yeah, that's exactly the thing. It's a cool story, just didn't hold my interest when I had to sit there and babysit the kid for 4 hours, make him dinner, send him to bed, argue with him about what TV show he wanted to watch. I'm like, come on. No, I don't. That's another one, but I've been burned so, bad lately on some games. I'm very hesitant to buy anything, pre-order it. Last two I pre-ordered though were pretty good with God of War and Far Cry 5. I played it on the PC back in the day. I actually have gone back and been playing a little bit of DC here and there. They've made a lot of tweaks to make it better and make it more accessible for people trying to level alts and stuff. Hire some people, shit. Yeah, actually, when what's his name? The loser who was in charge of it left. The chick who took over is actually listening to what the people want and trying to make it. I forgot to read that shit. Trying to make it what people who play it actually want it to be. And the new, when they got rid of, basically eliminated weapon mastery. And they did some of the things that makes it actually not as power hungry for trolls to try to keep people alive if you build your gear right. Are you watching your A's? Or you're more interested in waiting to see how Oakland has a bounce back here? Welcome, man. What business brings you to Mercy Mental Hospital? I'm here to see Holmes, Dr. Holmes. Hopefully not John Holmes. Ah, new customer. Please wait in the counter room up ahead. I'll notify the good doctor. Oh, I still have no patience for stupidity, but you know. And actually, now when I seriously play an MMO, I play Warcraft more than anything. I haven't played that in a while. I've been playing other stuff like Overwatch with Hillary. Anything? I must have to check in. Try working at Walmart. Gets worse by the day. Hey lady, have you seen Josie? Don't think so. I know, right? I haven't seen him in days. Dr. Felipe told me not to worry about it. Says I worry too much. But who am I supposed to play chess with? Danny over there can't suss more than match 4. Wait, Josie is a man? He's the man. You just know it when you saw him. Used to be an urban brawl star. Says he was on the Screamers for a while in the glory days. He looks the part, so I believe him. Got a super brawl ring, gold ring he always wears. So Josie couldn't take the pressure and ended up here. What a slut. At least you not have to deal with Sonny Gray this year. Apparently he's driving the Yankees nuts. Kind of like fucking Tyler Chatwood on the Cubs. God damn him. Hey, it ain't like that. You don't know him. The team managers lace his food with battle boost drugs. Josie likes his head clear, but they don't listen. It's not his fault he crushed that guy's throat. You at least help me look for him. I had this key I swiped out off the day guard, but they keep a close eye on us. You could have a peek in the infirmary and see if there's a record or something. He might just be in a cool-off room and they won't tell me. I'll see if I can find something. No promises. Okay, be right here if you do. It looks like maybe the Cubs have spent time from 4 years ago. Hitting. Yeah, it's true. A's and the Pirates, farm teams for the other 30 Major League Baseball teams. Hey, stranger, you look new here. Are you new here? I'm Nova. Who are you? Name's Donnie. That's my name. D-O-N-N-Y. D-O-N-N-Y. I knew I didn't recognize you. I know everybody in this place. Everybody. Well, everybody in the first 2 floors. How long you been here, Don? It's Donnie. D-O-N-N-Y. And I don't know for sure. What year is it? Yeah, I saw that. Yankee fans were bashing him on Twitter. They hate him. 2054. 2054. You don't know the year? Let's watch pre-approved Tritio discs. Some of the patients can have violent reactions seeing the outside world again. I'm doing a health and safety check for the corporate office. Well, you don't want to talk to me? I don't work here. I'm not crazy enough for that. Dr. Holmes? I don't think you really want that. Not really. What's that supposed to mean? Around here, you don't want to attract attention to the doctor. If you stay quiet, life is much easier. Much easier. I should go. So what's the A's record? I haven't even looked. I know it's probably not as bad as the White Sox and the Orioles. Orioles have 8 wins, and the White Sox have 9 last time I checked. She's doing good. You know, she doesn't really talk about what she's doing in her private life, so I don't know any much about that. I know she's got an apartment somewhere in North Carolina. Hey, there's an arm on the floor. That's never good. Probably a college apartment if I had to guess, because it's basically they share 4 separate apartments, share 1 kitchen. Each has their own bedroom and a bathroom, and they share a kitchen and a living area. So, read the medical history. Allergies known, medications: alprazolam, robaxetine. Post-traumatic stress disorder, status deceased. Patient undocumented cyberware in the left arm, as well as multiple pieces of shrapnel in various locations. Complications would likely arise if transplanted to another host. The rest of the body is in excellent condition, and you can be used to improve other subjects as well as fulfill some custom requests. Huh, that's not good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Man, everybody was bashing that dude from Seven Arms lies next to the zip body bag. Take the ring. I can sell that. Sugar disc. You have no way of playing this back at this time. A's. I don't know what the Mariners' record are. Oakland. Who's the other team? I can't remember right now. A's, Seattle, Oakland, Angels. Oh, Texas. It's not that tough. Oh, Houston, there's your tough. There's your tough. There's your tough opponent. Yeah. Yeah, they are real good. Yeah, glad to see Justin Verlander was washed up. Nobody wanted to trade for him last year. I guess banging Kate Upton will fix anything. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you have ever seen. He meticulously clean lab coat, format jacket, and old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. As you approach the window, he locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Good day. How can I help you? Holmes, Silas Forsberg, how about we have a chat? I'm afraid you're confused. Silas Forsberg was a patient here who died tragically in a fire. Good racket you had going here, but you got sloppy with your kills, and now the Ripper's trail leads straight to your door. I'm gonna have to kill everybody. Corridor. All right, man, take it easy. Good talking to you. Attention all personnel, we have a dangerous patient loose inside the facility. Subject is a female elf but may be coordinating with other violent offenders. Use all necessary force. Yeah, we're gonna kill you. Dropping frames. Everything should be fucking fine. Alright, we're gonna see what happens. Halls of disrepair. As you venture deeper into the asylum, you see that the inside is every bit as bad as the outside. Gone is any attempt to uphold sanitary hospital aesthetics. With peeling paint, cracked floors, and exposed conduit, the pretense of mental care is shattered. In this modern era, Mercy Mental Hospital is a throwback to the barbaric asylums of old, prisons and torture chambers rather than places of healing. It's clear that Dr. Holmes is spending his money on something other than this facility. You continue on. Holmes can only run so far. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop. The intercom begins speaking as soon as you approach. Holmes must be watching from somewhere. You don't understand, do you? This is a place for broken things, but only further breaking them can they be remade. And so we must break you.